Welcome to Tungal Online Classes. Today we are going to discuss about the topic of subtraction of the vectors. Subtraction of the vectors. In the previous lecture we discussed that addition of the vectors. Addition of the vectors. To add any two vector quantities, yesterday we discussed three rules are there. What are the three rules? Whatever the vectors you are going to be added, those vectors will be represented by either directed line segment or vector arrowhead. What is the first point? Whatever the vectors you are going to be added vectorially, those vectors will be represented by either arrowhead or directed line segment. The second point is the head of the first vector must be joined with the tail of the second vector. Tail of the second vector. And the third point is the resultant of these two vectors, the resultant of those two vectors will be drawn from tail of the first vector to the head of the second vector. In the case of the subtraction of the vectors also, the same principle we have to follow. Whatever the same principle, principle 1, principle 2 and principle 3. So, in the case of the subtraction of the vectors, I consider A bar comma B bar are any two vector quantities. So, how many vectors I consider here? Two vectors I consider. What are they? A bar comma B bar are any two vector quantities. Now, I want to subtract the vector B bar. I want to subtract the vector B bar from the vector A bar. So, if B bar will be subtracted from the vector A bar, we are getting one more resultant vector. That resultant vector will be represented by R bar. R bar is equal to A bar plus minus of B bar. A bar plus minus of B bar. Actually, here what we are doing here? Subtraction of the vectors. Actually, what we have to write here? R bar is equal to, we must write A bar minus B bar we have to write. But I wrote that R bar is equal to A bar plus half minus B bar. From this equation, I am defining the subtraction of the vectors. So, the subtraction of the vectors is a process. Subtraction of the vectors is a process in which we are subtracting one vector from the another vector. We are subtracting one vector from the another vector, which is equivalent to 2. The vectorial addition of the first vector, and the negative vector of the second vector. Again, I am repeating the definition of subtraction of the vectors. The subtraction of the vectors is a process. In this process, what we are doing? We are subtracting the second vector. B bar from the vector A bar. Which is equivalent to the vector addition of first vector A bar and minus B bar is indicating what? Negative vector of the second vector. So that the addition of the first vector and the addition of negative vector of the second vector, which is also equivalent to the subtraction of the vectors. This is the definition of what? Subtraction of the vectors. Once then I am giving the definition properly. Subtraction of the vectors is a process. In this, what we are doing? We are subtracting one vector from the another vector, which is equivalent to the vectorial addition of the first vector, and the negative vector of the second vector will also to be equal to subtraction of the given two vectors. So, this is the definition of the subtraction of given vectors. Now, how can we represent by the graphical method? By using the graphical method. So, for that graphical method, I consider A bar comma B bar are A bar comma B bar are any two vector quantities, and let theta is angle between the two given vectors. How many vectors we consider here? Two vectors I consider. One of the vector is a vector A bar, another vector is a what? Vector B bar. Some angle will be existing between them. By seeing this diagram, can I say vector A bar comma B bar will be the co-initial vector? Why? The initial point will be coincided, so that the two given vectors A bar comma B bar will be called co-initial vectors. So here in the equation 1, A bar will be there. Okay. So A bar means we can't change the direction as well as the magnitude of the given vector quantity. So here in the second term we have minus B bar term. Minus B bar term. What is the minus B bar indicates? Minus B bar is indicating the negative vector of the first vector. Negative vector of the first vector. How can we draw the negative vector of the first vector? In the previous class we discussed. So without changing its magnitude, if its direction was reverse, such a vector we are calling as a what? Negative vector. How can we draw the negative vector of a given vector? Without changing its magnitude, if you reverses the direction of the given vector, that vector will be indicating the negative vector of the given vector. From this diagram, B bar will be acting in this direction, so that I am drawing its negative vector from the same point without changing its magnitude, but by making reversing its direction. So whatever the dotted line I indicated here, that dotted line vector will be indicating the negative vector of the vector B bar. Once again, this is the actual vector B bar. Which vector I needed here? Negative vector of B bar I was needed here. For that, this vector magnitude should not be changed here, but its direction will be reverses. So this vector will be representing what? Negative vector of the vector B bar. Okay. Now, which vectors we have to add here from the given equation? A bar is the first vector, minus B bar is the second vector. A bar is the first vector and minus B bar is the second vector. If you want to add any two vector quantities, again going to the rules. What is the first rule? Those two vectors will be represented by the directed line segment. From the given diagram, A bar is represented with the directed line segment, and minus B bar also what? Indicating with the directed line segment. That is, first condition is valid here. Next, what is the second condition? In the second condition, the head of the first vector must be joined with the tail of the second vector. If you look at these two vector quantities, the tail of the first vector, tail of the second vector, both are coincided. This is the first vector, this is the second vector. Their initial point will be coincided, means their tails are coincided. So that by using this representation, we can't add A bar comma minus B bar vectors. For addition of these two given vectors, what we have to do? So I just displacing the minus B bar vector. Again without changing its magnitude as well as the direction. What we are doing simply here? Just we are displacing the minus B bar vector without changing its magnitude as well as its direction. So this point is indicating the tail of the first vector. From this point, so the vector minus B bar will be drawn without changing its magnitude as well as its direction. Now, this is the first vector, this is the second vector. First vector comma second vector. And first vector tail will be joined with the head of the second vector. First vector head will be joined with the tail of the second vector. First vector head will be joined with the tail of the second vector. Second condition is also valid. Now, the resultant vector will be drawn from where to where? the resultant vector will be drawn from tail of the first vector to the resultant will be drawn from where to where? Tail of the first vector to the head of the second vector. So this vector will be giving this directed line segment will be giving the resultant of A bar and minus B bar. A bar and minus B bar. So from this diagram, what you did actually? From this diagram, the vector A bar and the vector minus B bar, these two vector quantities are added bivectorially. Therefore, the resultant vector becomes what? Resultant vector R bar is equal to vector A bar plus, because we added here actually, and minus B bar. So which is equal to what? A bar minus B bar. A bar minus B bar. So this is the process of representation of the subtraction of any two vectors. Representation of the subtraction of any two vector quantities. This is about subtraction of two vectors. Next topic is resolution of a given vector. Resolution of a given vector into its rectangular components. Resolution of a vector into rectangular components. What is the definition of the resolution of a vector into the rectangular components? It is a process of getting the vector components of a given vector. It is a process of getting vector components of a given vector, and if these vector components are added together by using the vector notation, they will be producing a vector quantity. Again, I repeating the definition. Resolution of a vector into rectangular components. Resolution of a vector into what? Rectangular components. What is the definition of it? It is the process of getting its rectangular component. It is a process of getting its rectangular components, okay, of a given vector, and if these rectangular components will be added vectorially, they will be producing a vector quantity. This is simply about the definition of a resolution of a given vector into its rectangular components. For this, we consider xy plane. Which plane we consider here? XY plane is considered. In the XY plane, I consider a point P, which is placed at a point P of x comma y. So which type of plane we consider here? XY plane will be considered. In that XY plane, I consider a point P having the coordinates x comma y. In the last lectures, we defined a vector called position vector. What is that? Position vector. Position vector is a vector which will be describing the position of a given particle whenever it is placed in the given plane. So that always the position vector will be drawn. From the origin to the given point, P having the coordinates x comma y. The position vector is generally represented by the notation r bar. So with which symbol, with which word we have to represent the position vector? R bar will be denoting the position vector of a given particle whenever the particle will be existing in the given plane. So here, once you represent the position vector r bar, from the point P, I am drawing two normals. Onto the x-axis as well as the y-axis as shown in the figure. So which plane we consider here? XY plane. In the XY plane, P of XY point will be considered. From the origin, we draw the position vector. Once you draw the position vector, whatever the point you consider in the XY plane, from that point, you have to make two normals. One of the normal is onto the x-axis, another normal is onto the y-axis. So that from the figure PQ comma PR are two normals which are drawn onto the x-axis comma y-axis respectively. X-axis comma y-axis respectively. How many normals we drawn? Two normals are drawn. One is onto the x-axis, another one is onto the y-axis. Now, in the vector laws of addition, parallelogram law of vectors is there. One law will be actually three laws are there. One is a parallelogram law of vector, another one is a triangle law of vector, and third one is a what? Polygon law of vectors. Later on we will discuss. From the parallelogram law of vectors, from the definition of the parallelogram law of vectors, from this diagram, we will write vector OP bar is equal to vector OP bar. Position vector OP bar is equal to OQ bar plus OR bar. OQ bar plus OR bar. By using which principle we are writing that equation? By using the parallelogram law of vectors. By using the parallelogram law of vectors. So this is indicating the diagonal. This is the side of the parallelogram. It is also what? Side of the parallelogram. So from the parallelogram law of vectors, we are writing that OP bar is equal to OQ bar plus OR bar. What is the OQ bar represents? It is vector component of R bar. OQ bar is indicating what? Vector component of the given vector R bar along the x-axis, and OR bar is indicating what? Vector component of R bar along the y-axis. So here OQ bar is indicating what? OQ bar is vector component of R bar along the x-axis. OP bar is indicating what? Vector component of the given vector R bar along the x-axis. And OR bar is indicating what? It is also vector component of the R bar along the y-axis. That means OQ bar comma OR bar also the vector quantities. If they also representing the vector quantities, they are also having a definite magnitude as well as the direction. From this point P of x comma y, OQ magnitude is equal to x. OQ magnitude is equal to what? X, and OR magnitude is equal to y. From the given figure, the point P is having x comma y means x is indicating the magnitude along the x-axis, y is indicating the magnitude along the y-axis. So therefore, we will write OQ bar is equal to any one of the vector will be having the magnitude as well as the direction. OQ bar is the vector along the x-axis. The magnitude of OQ along the x-axis is equal to what? X units. The magnitude of OR along the y-axis is equal to what? Y units. Therefore, OQ bar is equal to, I am writing that, magnitude into its direction, that is I cap, and OR bar value is equal to what? OR bar value is equal to what? Y into j cap. So, OQ bar is the vector component along the x-axis. OR bar is the what? Vector component again along the y-axis. Here, I cap comma j cap are representing what? Unit vectors. They must be denoting the direction of the given vector quantity. So what we got here? OQ bar is equal to x into y cap plus OR bar is equal to what? Y into j cap. Just substitute these values in the given equation 1. Therefore, OP bar is equal to x into I cap plus y into j cap. X into I cap plus y into j cap. OP bar is indicating what? A position vector R bar. Therefore, position vector R bar is equal to xi plus yj. Position vector r bar is equal to what? xi plus yj. So here x is indicating what? X component, and yj is indicating what? Y component of the given vector. Y component of the given vector. Like this we have to get the rectangular components of a given vector. The rectangular components of a given vector. Again, here I am assuming that the given vector r bar is making theta angle with respect to the x-axis. Again, what we are assuming here, the given vector r bar will be making theta angle with respect to the x-axis. In this case, actually what we explained, the vector r bar will be written in terms of the x component as well as a y component according to the given point of p of x comma y. Now, we consider the angle. So, from the triangle OPQ, tan theta value is equal to what? From the triangle OPQ, what is the tan theta value? Tan theta is equal to what? Opposite side by adjacent side. Opposite side by adjacent side. So, tan theta is equal to PQ by OQ. Tan theta is equal to what? PQ by OQ. So, in the place of PQ, can I write OR? Whatever the magnitude OR will be having, PQ is also having what? Same magnitude. Because these two are the what? Parallel vectors. Therefore, tan theta is equal to actually what we wrote? PQ by OQ. In the place of PQ, what I wrote? OR by OQ. So, OR is indicating what? The magnitude along the y-axis. OR is indicating what? The magnitude along the y-axis. And OQ is indicating what? Magnitude along the x-axis. Therefore, tan theta is equal to y by x. Tan theta is equal to what? Y by x. By using that formula, what we have to calculate? If they will be asking, if a point P of xy will be placed in the given xy plane and r bar its position vector, if they ask, what is the angle made by the given vector r bar? What is the angle made by the given vector r bar with respect to the x-axis? At that time, we have to calculate the angle theta value. From this, theta is equal to tan inverse of y by x. By using this equation, what we have to calculate? By using that tan theta is equal to y by x, we will say that the given position vector r bar will be making a definite angle theta with respect to the x-axis. So, this is simply about resolution of a vector into the rectangular components. Once again, see the same diagram. So, this is the position vector r bar. OP bar is equal to r bar. From the given diagram, OP bar is equal to what I wrote here? R bar. So, if I want to calculate the magnitude of position vector is equal to OP, that value is equal to R only. Is it right? OP bar is a vector notation. If you want to say it's the magnitude, simply the magnitude of the position vector is equal to what? OP is equal to R only. Once again, see the same diagram. From the given diagram, I want to calculate cos theta value. So, cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. What is the adjacent side value? OQ. Adjacent side value is equal to what? OQ. Hypotenuse is equal to what? OP. From this, OQ is equal to OP cos theta. OP into cos theta. OQ is equal to what? OP into cos theta. OP value is equal to what? OP value is equal to what? R. Therefore, OQ is equal to what you got? R cos theta. OQ is equal to what? R cos theta. What it denotes? It is also denoting the x component of R bar. X component of R bar. So this value will be is equal to what? R cos theta. OQ value is equal to what? R cos theta. Similarly, from the same triangle OPQ, now I want to calculate sin theta value. Sin theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. What is the opposite side value? PQ by OP. Sin theta value is equal to what? PQ by OP. Again, in the place of PQ, again we will write OR, because these two will be parallel to each other. Its magnitude will be remain same. So that PQ, in the place of PQ, what we wrote? OR by OP, which is equal to what? Sin theta. From this, OR is equal to OP into sin theta. OR is equal to what? OP into sin theta. OP value is equal to what? Small r. Therefore, OR is equal to R sin theta. OR value is equal to what? R sin theta. So what R sin theta will be represent? This R sin theta value representing y component of vector R bar, y component of vector R bar along the y axis. So here R cos theta will be representing what? X component, and R sin theta will be representing what? Y component. Therefore, position vector OP bar is equal to, we will write OQ bar plus OR bar. Position vector OP bar is equal to what? OQ bar plus OR bar. What is the OQ bar? OQ magnitude is equal to what? R cos theta into I cap. Why we put I cap here? Because OQ bar will be acting along the x axis. To indicate x direction, we took the I cap. Plus OR magnitude is equal to what here? OR magnitude is equal to R sin theta. OR magnitude is equal to what? R sin theta. This value will be acting along which direction? Y axis. So if any one of the vector will be measured along the y axis, for this which unit vector we have to took? J cap. So that R cos theta into I cap plus R sin theta into j cap, which is equal to R bar, which is equal to what? R bar. So this is the complete information about resolution of a vector into the rectangular components, Here actually we discussed two methods. One is by considering their coordinates. Whenever you consider their coordinates, you wrote that R bar is equal to xi cap plus yj cap. There xi is indicating what? Rectangular component along the x-axis. X is indicating what? Rectangular component along the x-axis. Yj cap is indicating what? Rectangular component along the y-axis. Whenever the coordinate systems are given. So, position vector is measured in terms of the coordinates x comma y. Suppose if they didn't given the x comma y values, if they given only the angle which is made by the given position vector with respect to the x-axis, at that time x component value is equal to what? R cos theta. X component value is equal to what? R cos theta. And y component value is equal to what? R sin theta. So this is the complete analysis of rectangular components of a given vector quantity, right? And the next topic is resolution of a vector into three rectangular components. Resolution of a vector into what? Three rectangular components. In the previous case, what we consider there, one vector will be taken. That vector will be considered where? In the xy plane. So there you got x component of the given vector as well as y component of the given vector whenever the given vector will be placed in the xy plane. But here we need how many rectangular components here? Three rectangular components here. For that purpose, we consider one vector, say a bar. That vector a bar will be placed in the xyz plane. For getting the three rectangular components, how many axes we consider here? Three different axes are considered. One is the x-axis, another one is the y-axis, another one is the z-axis. So, whatever the vector we are assuming vector a bar, that should be placed in the xyz plane. From this diagram, ax bar is denoting what? It's a rectangular component along the x-axis, and the ay bar is indicating what? It's a rectangular component along the y-axis, and the az bar is indicating it's a rectangular component along the z-axis. For that purpose, for getting the three rectangular components, here we constructed one, a rectangular parallelepiped, which is having the three edges, those three edges will be placed along the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis respectively, along the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis respectively. Before going to explain the resolution of a given vector into three rectangular components, here we have to know about one law, that is called what? Triangle law of vectors. What is that? Triangle law of vectors. What is the triangle law of vectors? According to the triangle law of vectors, if any two vectors will be represented as the sides of a triangle taken in order. According to the statement of the triangle law of vectors, if any two vectors you consider, those two vectors will be represented by the sides of a triangle taken in order. What is the meaning of taken in order? The meaning is the head of the first vector is simply joining with the tail of the second vector. That is the meaning of taken in order. So, if these two vectors will be represented by the sides of a triangle which are taken in order, the closing side of the triangle, which is taken opposite to these two vectors, will be giving the resultant of these two vectors. Again repeating. The closing side of the triangle, already two sides you taken two vectors. One more side is empty. So, the third side, the closing side of a triangle, will be giving the resultant. Whenever that closing side should be represented opposite to the two given vectors, then only that closing side will be giving the resultant of two vectors. So, for example, a bar comma b bar will be taken along the sides of a triangle which are taken in the order. Along the closing side, I am taking the vector c bar. C bar will be giving the resultant of a bar comma b bar. So, therefore, from the triangle of vector addition, we are writing that c bar is equal to closing side is equal to a bar plus b bar. This is simply about triangle law of vector. That principle we are going to using here. That's why once we recall that triangle law of vector addition. Now, coming to the given diagram. So, here first which triangle I considered here means I am considering the triangle OPQ. Which triangle I consider here? Triangle OPQ will be considered. If you observe the triangle OPQ, first vector will be taken along O2Q. First vector will be taken along O2Q and its head was joined with the vector QP bar, vector QP bar. That means first vector comma second vector will be taken in the order, and OP bar will be giving the closing side of the given triangle. OP bar will be giving the closing side of the given triangle. So whatever we discussed the triangle of vector addition, from that triangle of vector addition, I am writing that closing side OP bar is equal to OQ bar plus QP bar. OQ bar plus QP bar. This is simply we are writing according to the triangle of vector addition. Equation number 1. Once again see here. Which triangle we consider here? Triangle OQP will be considered. OP is the closing side of the given triangle and OQ comma QP will be the sides of the triangle I considered. From the triangle of vector addition, I wrote OP bar is equal to OQ bar plus QP bar. Next, one more triangle I considered, that is ORQ. Triangle ORQ will be considered. In this ORQ, I am assuming that OQ bar is the closing side. OR bar is the first vector and RQ bar is the second vector. OR bar is the first vector and RQ bar is the second vector. Again we are using the triangle of vector. Closing side is nothing but resultant. Therefore, first I wrote the resultant. OQ bar is equal to OR bar plus RQ bar. OR bar plus RQ bar. Equation number 2. Now, if you observe this diagram carefully, the vector RQ bar is parallel to the vector OV bar. Rectangular parallelepiped, parallel sides will be remain same. So that vector RQ bar is equal to vector OV bar. Therefore, from the diagram, from figure, RQ is equal to RQ bar is equal to OV bar. RQ bar is equal to what? OV bar. If you see the diagram, OV bar is equal to AX bar. OV bar is equal to what? AX bar. Which is equal to AX bar. Next, RQ bar is over. Next one is QP bar. QP bar is a parallel to OT bar. QP bar is a parallel to what? OT bar. Therefore, QP bar is equal to OT bar, which is equal to AY bar. RQ bar is equal to OV bar, which is equal to AX bar. QP bar is equal to what? OT bar. That's the value is equal to what? AY bar. Now, whatever these values are there, okay, we are substituting equation 2 comma equation 3 in the equation 1. Now see here, OP bar is equal to OQ bar. OQ bar is equal to, this is the value, that is equal to what? OR bar plus. In the place of RQ bar, can I write OV bar? In the place of RQ bar, can I write OV bar? Next, OV bar plus one more vector will be there, that is called what? QP bar. One more vector is there, QP bar. OP bar is equal to what we wrote here? OQ bar plus QP bar. OQ bar is equal to what? OR bar plus RQ bar. In the place of the RQ bar, directly I wrote OV bar plus QP bar will be there as it is, I wrote QP bar. Now, see here. OP bar is equal to what? OP bar is equal to A bar. OP bar is equal to, from the diagram, A bar. OR bar, O2 R bar, this value is equal to AZ bar. O2 R bar is equal to what? AZ bar. Next, OV bar is equal to what? AX bar. OV bar is equal to what? AX bar. Next, QP bar. QP bar. So QP bar is equal to, already you wrote OT bar, that's the value is equal to what? AY bar. So AY bar. Again, A bar is equal to, we will write AX bar plus AY bar plus AZ bar. So the given vector A bar can be written as the sum of AX bar plus AY bar plus AZ bar. What is the AX bar? Rectangular component of the given vector along the x-axis, and AY bar is indicating what? Rectangular component of the given vector A bar along the y-axis, and AZ bar is indicating what? Rectangular component of the given vector along the z-axis. It is also to be written as A bar is equal to, I will write AX into I cap. Instead of AX bar, what I am writing that? AX into I cap. AX is giving its magnitude along the x-axis. AX is indicating its magnitude along its x-axis, and I cap is indicating the unit vector. And AY into J cap, AY into J cap plus AZ into K cap. AZ into what? K cap. So this is called what? Rectangular component of a given vector quantities. Rectangular component of a given vector quantities in three-dimensional plane. In three-dimensional plane. Okay. Thank you.